All right, so Dana White went on Instagram Live with Kevin Iole yesterday discussing the Khabib and Tony Ferguson fight. That's what I want to talk about today, but before I do that, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. Firstly, I've mentioned it on my channel and whatnot, but I've started doing a podcast. I'm going to put all of the links to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn. Had never heard of TuneIn until I started in a podcast, but it's all live on all of those platforms. So follow using whatever app it is that you use to listen to podcasts, because I'm going to be doing a podcast a bit later on this week, and what I'm going to focus on are questions that people have asked me. So yeah, I'm just going to discuss or answer questions that people have asked me around MMA and boxing. So please, if you have a question, put it in the comments of this video, and then I can answer them when I record that podcast. I'm going to record 2 podcasts this week. That's one, and someone asked me to record a podcast where I talk a little bit about how I got into MMA and boxing and all of that stuff, just my kind of history with the sport, who my favorite fighters are growing up, that kind of thing. So I'm going to record that as well. So with regards to sending me questions, send me questions, more contemporary questions, please. Just things that are going on at the moment, or things that have happened in the recent past that you want me to talk about and discuss. Anyway, so Kevin Iole and Dana White were on Instagram Live. I literally just watched it whilst I was getting ready to head out. So we're meant to be in quarantine and all of that stuff, self-isolating, but I'm allowed to be doing what I'm doing at the moment. I'm not just driving around for the sake of this video. I'm actually on my way to Tesco to buy some groceries, so that's why I'm not self-isolating in my room. I haven't left the house for 2 days, I don't think. I genuinely think I haven't been outside for 2-3 days. Crazy times. Yeah, anyway, so Kevin Iole and Dana White. So Dana White basically said the fight is definitely happening on April 18. He didn't disclose where it's going to happen or what the plan is to make it happen, but he did say the fight is 100% happening. They're still working out the logistics, which to me means that it's not definitely 100% happening. From his point of view, he wants it to happen, and he went on to talk about how long are we going to stay indoors for? I've been sat at home now for 2 weeks. Look, everyone's got to die one day. So if it's coronavirus that gets me, I've had a good run. Fair enough, but you work for an organization where on your call, you're asking people to leave the house and be a part of an event that they necessarily might not want to be a part of. And I know in that same interview, he did say, well, it's people's choice. If they want to be a part of it, they can be a part of it. If they don't want to be a part of it, they don't have to. It's easy to say that, but going off of Dana White's character in the past and how he's conducted himself in the last 10 or 15 years that I've been following the sport, if you read between the lines, it might not be so easy for a member of staff of the UFC to turn around and say, you know what, I'm going to sit this one out. I don't want to be part of this. There's an element of unspoken kind of pressure that I'd imagine, I'm not saying it's a definite case, but I'd imagine would be part of this decision to continue with this event on April 18, even though the rest of the world has basically come to a standstill. But that's his prerogative. That's his, it's his company. He can make these decisions. It just feels a little bit unfair that it may impact people in a way that, or put people in a position that they shouldn't be put in. Aside from that, from a personal point of view, I fucking wish this fight goes ahead on April 18. I really hope that they manage to get this on, because I'm going fucking mad not having any fights to watch, not having any football to watch, not being able to just leave my house. And I'm quite a boring person. I don't really go out that much, but and now that I don't have that option, I'm beginning to miss doing little things like going to work, actually going to the office, which is something you probably wouldn't have heard me say 3 or 4 weeks ago. But yeah, like, look, my beard, look how long my beard is. I need to get my beard sorted, and I can't do that now for 3 weeks. I can't shave because I can't do it myself, you know. I did order myself a beard trimmer, so if I don't show my face on video for the foreseeable future, it's because I used my beard trimmer and I messed my beard up. Facts. But yeah, going back to Dana White and Kevin Iole and this conversation, we're a long way away from this fight being 100% confirmed. There's been a number of times when Dana White has said, no, this is definitely happening, and it doesn't happen. Or this is definitely not happening, and it does happen. He's a guy that talks off the cuff and he wears his heart on his sleeve. So sometimes he says things before these things have actually happened or have been confirmed, and that's just the way he is. So you got to take what he says with a pinch of salt. But on this occasion, I'm just a little bit nervous, I suppose, is a good way to describe it. A little bit nervous about Dana White being so adamant that this fight is going ahead, because I know it implicates people within the UFC organization that might not want to be implicated, you know, given the current circumstances, given the way things are globally at the moment. But like I say, personally, I do. I know I made a video a couple of weeks ago talking about how I don't want to see this fight in an empty arena. But now, looking at the situation, at that time I didn't realise how long all of this could last. I didn't realise that this could be literally something that we're affected by for kind of 6, 7, 8 months even. Do you know what I mean? So we're in it for the long haul, and I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So I want to see this fight happen, man, because it'll give me something to look forward to, because I've got nothing to look forward to, man. So yeah, so I suppose selfishly, personally, I want to see this fight happen, but I do understand that. I do understand the implications of it, and I do understand that there's if this fight does go ahead, there are risks and potential health issues that people could suffer from as a result of a fight. And in the grand scheme of things, is it worth it? Just for our entertainment, just for two people to basically take part in a sport. And another way of describing a sport is a game. I know fighting's not a game, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that is so important to the world, given the predicament we're in at the moment. So as you can see, I'm quite conflicted about all of this, really. I'm conflicted, but selfishly, I just want to see him fight, man. I've been waiting for years for this. Years, literally years. And now that we don't have anything going on at the moment, it's like, it makes it even worse, you know? But yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm in the Tesco car park now, so I'm gonna fuck off. And I'll catch you guys when I record the podcast that I've been banging on about. So just so you know, there'll be 2 podcasts. One will be just me and my history with fight sports and how I got into fight sports, and the other one will be people's questions that have come into me over the last week or so. So I've probably got 10 or 15 questions, which means I've got enough to kind of put out a podcast. But if you follow this page or whatever, you can obviously send me your question, and I'll try my best to respond. I'll catch you guys next time.